In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood, burned by the embers of Armageddon, his soul blistered by the fires of hell and tainted beyond ascension. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the humbled plains, seeking vengeance against the dark lords who had wronged him. He wore the crown of the Night Sentinels, and those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doomslayer. So yes, overly dramatic reading aside, that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the two collectibles from Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Now, before we get into that, I do want to point out something kind of interesting here that I've noticed, and there'll be some pictures on screen here in a moment. In a lot of the official artwork for Doom, as you can see, the Doom guy, Doom Slayer, whatever you want to call him, Doom Marine, he's standing atop a pile, or standing atop an outcropping, and he's got one gun in his hand, and his other one is open, hands up like that. However, the Game Boy Advance and the Nintendo Switch both show him holding a shotgun. In fact, even on the Nintendo Switch, the icon on the home screen shows that image without the shotgun. So I'm just kind of interested as to why that is the way that is. So let's start with the actual figures instead of neat little trivia like that. So in Doom 2016, which I will refer to as just Doom from now on, these are the collectibles in-game. Now, there are different paint schemes, different colors that represent different monsters that you unlock in the 3D gallery. So, perfect example using this guy right here. This is the first one you pick up in-game, and it unlocks a 3D model of the Doomslayer. They have other ones as well that come in different colors. One of them is a Commander Keen paint scheme. One of them is all gold, which unlocks the final boss's, the final boss's 3D model. But anyway, we're not talking about the game. We're talking about these guys. So this particular figure, you might look at it and go, okay, well, it doesn't do much. It does have a couple of points of articulation. Anybody wearing headphones, I apologize for the noise. It's not very pleasant. So yeah, the hips rotate 360 degrees. The arms, both of them, at the shoulder, forearm, and hand, that's what I was talking about, very unpleasant, they all rotate. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the clicking noise, but it's not a figure you're going to be actively playing with too much. The head does, in fact, rotate, just left and right. So you can sort of pose him in little ways, you know, if you wanted to do that. I've seen some people who have 3D printed the chainsaw and super shotgun that fit in the hands. This figure does do one other thing that's kind of neat. If you push this little red button here on his chest, he does this. Little ditty from E1 M1. I always get that a little backwards. Swinging back for a moment about the in-game version. Like I said, they come in different colors to unlock different monsters. What I'm kind of interested in is if anybody else out there happens to have this particular figure who has repainted it to either match in-game or to make your own custom Praetor suit paint job. Moving over quickly to this guy, I'll tell you where I got these guys a little later on. So this is the figure from Doom Eternal. Now, in Doom Eternal, you get different figures based on different monsters. So again, like you've got the Doomslayer here. You get them later on. They're hidden, where you can get like the imps and the cacodemons and the Icon of Sin. So in Doom Eternal, they're not all this with a different paint job. They're all individual figures. Now, in terms of articulation, this guy, it is severely less than the Doom one. His hips rotate, not through 360 degrees. The arms go up and down, but that's it. They go up and down at the shoulders. They're not, you can't rotate the hand or the forearms. The flame belch / grenade launcher does pivot and move. That's kind of cool. And the head rotates, but that's about it. So yeah, these guys, while they don't have much functionality, I think it's actually kind of works in their favor. You know, it's not a you know a toy you're gonna sit on the ground and play play with. It's a very nice decorative showpiece. I think the build quality on both of these are very nice. Although this is about to get into something that I wanna mention. I'm not a big fan of when they leave screw holes open like that. It admittedly, you know, if you put it up on a display, you're not going to see the holes. You're just going to be looking at the figure itself. But sometimes you get a wonderful one like this. Spoiler alert for a future video, probably, where they've actually gone ahead and plugged the screw holes. I'm sure if somebody had some clay or some Mod Podge or something, they could fill the hole and paint it in. It's just a small detail that I'm not a big fan of with that. Another thing I think that they could have gotten away with was making this guy a little bit bigger. I mean, he doesn't have to be 1-for-1 to the original figure, but you know, maybe another inch and a half, a little bit bigger, I think would not have gone amiss. The paint job on these guys, I don't know if it looks like it's coming across on screen. They're nice and reflective. They're glossy, but they don't seem to get like fingerprints like a lot of other things do. So yeah, you can easily manhandle these guys, pick them up, play with them, and you're not really going to see any fingerprints or anything on them. Now these guys are made by Gaming Heads. I'll put a link down below to where you can pick these guys up if you wanted. I will warn you and say that last I checked, they do not sell this guy individually. Sorry. They come in a 2-pack, these two guys together. They do make 2 other versions of this. Again, they're just different paint jobs. Pink Guy and Patriot Guy. So it's just a pink outfit and then one that looks like the American flag. They do sell this guy individually, and they do make other versions, like of some of the others. I'm drawing a blank right now, but again, link will be in the description so you can go check them out if you like. And that's about it. Not a very long video today. I'm trying to get back into doing more. I have a couple other items, as you saw that Malawan SMG from Borderlands. I have a couple other things I'd like to do, but I would also like your input on this. So what I'm going to do is at the end of this video, I'm going to put a little poll. I'm going to list maybe 2 or 3 different figures, replicas that I want to do a review on. And all you guys have to do is just in the comments below, type in, you know, oh, I want to see this. Oh, I want to see that. And whichever one gets the most votes, I'll go ahead and do that. But yeah, that'll wrap it up for today. Thank you very much for watching. And like I said, hopefully I can put out a couple more videos soon. And yeah, thank you very much. See you in the next one.